We all know the pressure of projecting an image that isn't really ours. You walk into a room, put on a brave face, and play the part society expects. It's a common survival mechanism, but it can quickly turn into an exhausting routine. The problem starts when we forget how to take the mask off. We have to ask, at what exact point does a protective persona stop keeping us safe and start suffocating who we actually are? To answer that, look at the viral story of Chelsea from the YouTube channel Alan's Universe. She's a self-described tomboy who suddenly finds herself forced into an extreme disguise, infiltrating a boys' academy with a strict, highly polished aesthetic. Her attempt to blend in goes terribly wrong, and while the results are chaotic, her story serves as a surprisingly precise map of what happens when external demands completely overwrite a person's internal reality. Chelsea's ordeal begins after she's expelled from Lady Rose Academy. Desperate, she strikes a deal with her famous rapper brother, who goes by the stage name Ice Poppy. While he leaves for a tour, Chelsea agrees to wear his clothes, attend his classes, and take his final exams. This chart shows exactly why she agrees to the madness. It's a closed loop. Her brother's tour generates the money, she passes the exams to keep him enrolled, and in return, he pays her brutal $10,000 re-enrollment fee. The execution is a disaster. She immediately bombs her pre-final exams. She panics on the basketball court, ruins a chemistry experiment, and destroys the class pottery projects. Chelsea has the intelligence to pass, but she is expending so much energy trying to mimic her brother's specific, arrogant swagger that she literally cannot focus on the tasks in front of her. When every thought is dedicated to maintaining a vocal fry or a specific walk, there is simply no mental bandwidth left for chemistry equations or free throws. For Chelsea, the burden of being Ice Poppy leaves no room for being a student, turning her brother's identity into a direct obstacle to her own success. Then, her fragile performance shatters entirely. While navigating the dorms, Chelsea ends up falling in love with her brother's roommate, Alan. This genuine emotional connection acts like a computer virus to her fake identity. She cannot keep up the tough bro act while simultaneously experiencing real, vulnerable affection. This internal conflict brings us to the climax, the final choir exam. The school has a bizarre but convenient rule. If a student manages to score a perfect A+ on this final test, all previous failing grades are wiped out and overwritten. The catch is how that grade is awarded. It is entirely dependent on the crowd. To secure the A+, the performer must trigger a spontaneous standing ovation from the audience. Chelsea is trapped in a brutal psychological paradox. She needs to execute her fake persona flawlessly to pass the class, but her authentic feelings for Alan make lying impossible. During the final song, the tension reaches its breaking point. Chelsea makes a radical choice. She completely drops the imitation. She belts out the lyrics in her own natural voice, and right there on stage, she confesses her true identity to Alan and the rest of the school. The risk pays off. Her raw, unpolished honesty moves the crowd to demand an encore, technically fulfilling the requirement for the A+. But the strict male teacher immediately steps in and nullifies her grade for cheating. And then, in a bizarre turn, the teacher rips off his own disguise, revealing herself to be Miss Debbie, the athletic coach. The result is a jarring contradiction. Chelsea is penalized for dropping her act, while the teacher is applauded for maintaining one, leaving us with the uncomfortable idea that a successful disguise might actually be more valuable than the truth. This contradiction highlights the paradox of the persona. Chelsea's disguise failed because it was an imposed persona, a suffocating mask worn to satisfy external depths, crushing her natural instincts. Contrast that with Miss Debbie's chosen disguise, used to project internal confidence outwards. The physical act of wearing a disguise is morally neutral. Whether it destroys you or empowers you depends entirely on whether it serves external pressures or your own internal truth. Miss Debbie delivers the core lesson of the story. True authenticity is simply ensuring your outside reflects how you feel on the inside. We see this in our own lives all the time, whether it's stage names or digital avatars and bold fashion choices. They aren't inherently deceptive. When used correctly, they are highly effective tools for genuine self-expression. True confidence comes from purposefully choosing the exact costume that allows your